Hey guys, we're in the Netherlands. I just want to give you a quick update. A lot of crazy stuff is happening. I still have my hand sanitizer with me. I just want to tell you a few things. One, the laptop is fixed. Thank God. It was a miracle. I think I wrote a bit of a story about it on Facebook. I just got very lucky. It was persistent. I kind of made it very easy for a guy to help me out and you know, not get in trouble at work. And I kind of just gave him an open laptop. Apparently there was an issue where they can't open it, so I opened it for him. And I think he just helped me out because he knew I was in a jam. I've reached 50% funding, and I'm really grateful for everybody because I've been desperately trying to decide what to do, and everything keeps changing every 12 to 16 hours. So today, Trump, I guess, has added the UK and Ireland to the list of places where the travel ban is. And in fact, I'm supposed to be on a bus right now to London. That was my original plan. After his original press conference, I just went and booked a bus to London. I'm supposed to be on a bus to London, and I'm glad I did not do that because it would have just added more to my journey. Now coming from the UK or coming from Ireland or coming from Amsterdam, it's all the same, which makes sense. That's less stress on me, but I still have to find a chance to get to my next destination. And my next destination, I'm gonna try really hard to go to a friend on the West Coast, in the Pacific Northwest. Just somewhere where I will be safe. I can do my self-quarantine safely for 14 days. I already have necessities and food, so I'm good in that sense. And I will be able to concentrate on my business because even now I just got my computer back yesterday actually. So much has been happening that it's been like very hard for me to kind of like focus on that other aspect, but I'm getting there. It's just all the shock. There's so much shock. Thank you to a friend of mine who offered me a houseboat here. I don't know if I'm going to take that, but I'm gonna go visit her tomorrow just to see. I mean, I kind of needed to check it out just in case anything weird goes down in the next 48 hours. GoFundMe is an amazing platform, but the truth is that it takes a couple business days to get the money sometimes, so there is enough money for me to buy a plane ticket in our fundraiser, but I can't get access to it for another 2 or 3 business days, which in this scenario is an eternity. That's an eternity in this scenario. And I think that's just what gives me the most anxiety, is not knowing what's going to happen next. So if anybody knows anybody who wants to book an airline or has over 1 million points or anything, who wants to like help me out, I will be able to pay them back for the fee within a week's time. But the most important thing is for me to get the hell out of here right now. I just want to go home, and at least I know what to expect over there. To be honest with you, I have a theory that the epidemic is going to be over in the Netherlands faster than it is in the United States. I think we're in for the shitter in the USA, just because the population here is just so much smaller and denser. It'll switch through the population quickly. The hardest part will be not having the hospitals get overwhelmed, but here at least it will be over relatively soon as long as they keep those borders closed. People should be able to go out but not come back in, even if they go into lockdown after maybe a month or 2. I'm not sure how long it'll take. As far as the United States goes, I'm going to go back knowing I'm going to a safe place, and I hope everybody just kind of tries to respect each other and look out for their neighbors. You know, things are still going on in people's lives. People are having medical issues that are not coronavirus, whether it's, you know, someone who's just been diagnosed or somebody who's struggling with a long-term illness. Hospitals are really overwhelmed. If you know somebody who works in emergency medical services, please offer support to their families. They are too busy to contact you right now, most likely. I've been lucky enough in an emergent situation that, you know, good-hearted people have been reaching out to me, but where I used to work at Yale Haven Hospital in New Haven, Connecticut. People are very overwhelmed already, and it's only just begun. So if you can support your local medical workers, if you are going to drop off any supplies to them or anything, don't forget to wipe them down and all that kind of stuff, and kind of observe precautions even if you're trying to be nice to people. Also be kind to your grocery store workers, be kind to anybody who works in any pharmacies, anybody who works in the gas stations, anybody who is providing an essential service to kind of keep society running during this time, who can't just go home and work from their computer. Please just try to be good to them and try to be understanding, and we're all just going to get through this together. But it looks like right now that the government is not really doing what they have to do anywhere. It doesn't mean that people should panic, because if people panic, then it just kind of like lets things get out of control. But if people kind of manage their emotional reactions and try to just make the best of it and look out for their neighbors, sure. But if you think, you know, if anything happens, just try to like stay positive through the whole thing. That's all. I know it's only the beginning of this time period right now, but I'm very glad I got to be in the Netherlands for the beginning of this crisis and kind of see what happened in communities all over Europe as students prepared to go home from across the EU. Just seeing how different nations have kind of responded to this. What's happening here is totally different than what I see coming out of the States, where people are hoarding groceries and taking more than they could ever use in a year or 2 years or 5 years, and trying to exploit people. That's just not happening here. And I think that's a great testament to Dutch society, but also European society in general, in terms of like, you know, the camaraderie, I think, that like collective suffering can bring sometimes. And Europe has had its own rough history. Nothing says a pandemic like a plague starting in Italy or coming out of Italy. And I think maybe they just have more experience with it. You know, I don't know what it is, but I know Europeans are more mindful of public spaces. They tend to be more respectful as roommates because the spaces are so small here. There's no room for disrespect. So like, I think that people are just a little bit different the way they handle themselves in certain situations, but we shall see, we shall see, we shall see. The grocery stores and pharmacies are still open in Italy. I expect there's going to be some program eventually to keep the grocery stores and everything open here, but it's only a matter of time before everything shuts down. There's just no, you can't control it now. It's out. And everyone's just going to have to deal with it now. Again, like most people are going to be able to sit at home. Look out for your neighbors. If you have too much of something, share, especially in the States. And just try to like be positive, you know. Now's a good time to go out and get that PS4 or that Xbox and get that headset so you can talk to all your friends, have something to kind of occupy you, instead of just like staring at each other. You can kind of work together on things and do stuff. Now that I got my computer back, I could finish getting up my website for my new SEO consulting company and then start writing the business plan for my LLC. This is something I've always wanted to do. Coronavirus is not going to stop me. It's just going to make it harder for a while. I'm hoping nothing else changes. I have a couple contingency plans in place if it does. I was offered a volunteer position at the hostel that I'm staying at right now, but I don't know if I'm going to take it. So remember to wash your freaking hands. Wash your hands. Try not to go anywhere. Don't go to the bar, okay? Don't go out to eat. Like, don't go do what you normally would do for a little while, because if you don't do it now, you will make it better for everyone later. So I hope everyone's doing okay. Special shout to my friends that are like dealing with some really tough personal medical issues. Thank you so much to my AO family during this whole funding process. My family from American Outlaws has come through for me like I've never imagined, and I'm beyond grateful for your support, because it's literally what's keeping me alive right now. And I will not rest until I repay your faith in me. And it is more than just kind of words that people are saying, like politicians on TV. I do try to be a person of conviction. In the past, my medical stuff has kind of kept me from that, and now I know that like I've got a handle on it. I just have to do things a little bit differently than most other people, but I'll be okay.